Hi, I'm Jess Barron, and I'm going to be reading my personal essay, The Money Tree, which appears in the Heroics Anthology, edited by Joanell Serra and published on Regal House in March 2021. The Heroics Anthology includes the stories of other American women as well who lived through the COVID-19 pandemic in the US. The Money Tree, or how you learn to stop worrying and love the AI. You used to ask a smart person a question. Now who do you ask? It starts with a G-O, and it's not God. Steve Wozniak. 5 weeks ago, the mayor ordered everyone to shelter in place. You are holed up in an earthquake cottage in the flat industrial area of a city romanticized for its hills. The surrounding warehouses and legendary LGBTQ bars are shuttered. Their doors are adorned with hastily handwritten signs. We're closed until the stay-at-home order is lifted. We miss you and we hope you're safe. It's apparent that some of them will never reopen. Following the 1906 fire and quake, carpenters constructed thousands of these 800-square-foot so-called shacks to shelter families who had lost their homes in the dual disasters that decimated tenements in this working-class neighborhood. You closed on this cottage 2 weeks before Christmas 2019. A month later, the virus was already secretly spreading in the Bay Area. You had moved to San Francisco in October 2019 to join a small female-founded travel startup housed in a dingy building a 5-block walk north on the dark squalor of 6th Street. During one of the multi-hour job interviews, you asked the CEO about existential threats to her fledgling company. So, how might your business be impacted in a recession? Since we connect consumers with lower-priced vacation experiences, we believe we'll survive and even thrive during a downturn, she said. A famous fitness company had offered you a significantly larger salary and signing bonus, but in a 20-year career, you had never worked for a female CEO. You loved your life in Los Angeles. Your commute was a Venice Beach bike ride to work at a wellness website and meditation app. But your husband's 350-mile commute between LAX and San Jose to his job at the search giant required airplanes and midweek hotel stays. After 2 years of too much FaceTime and not enough time brushing your lips across his actual face, you caved and agreed to look for work up north. You uprooted to get closer to Silicon Valley. Yet, after March 2020, as expansive celestial creatures in a reconstructed universe, location became insignificant. People communicated with light across boundless space. Bay Area tech companies were the very first in the country to take action. By February 2019, the search engine giant gave its workforce the option to stay safe and work from home. By March, it was mandatory, and your small startup followed suit. Hours of concurrent Zoom meetings in your home's compact floor plan preceded evenings of unpacking boxes and arranging your furniture. Weekly dashboards on objectives and key results for your work morph into COVID response plans and proposals to carve the company's budget. I don't mean to sound crass, a work colleague says on a call as the leadership team contemplates cutting people, but our inboxes will soon be inundated with overqualified candidates searching for work. Fallen leaves from Gatsby, your Pachira plant, lay clumped in piles on the hardwood floor in the living room, while the snake plant beside it flourishes. You hope this is not an omen. Known as the money tree, the Pachira's nickname is supposedly born from a fable of a poor Taiwanese farmer who prayed for money, spotted the unique plant, sold its seedlings, and became wealthy. You chose Gatsby with his 3 intertwining wooden trunks and shiny green tropical leaves as a good luck gift for your new home a week before the pandemic hit. Google, what should we eat for dinner? You ask the smart speaker after sweeping up fallen fronds from Gatsby's browning branches.
You've got a couple of options: Golden Burma, Japanese House, and Mars Bar.
You had hoped that she would offer an opinion and tell you which mom and pop shop on the block to support tonight. Even ordering meals is starting to feel like playing God, deciding who survives. What's your purpose here anyway, Google?
I'm here to help. It's pretty simple.
Are you able to come out of that box, Google?
I live in the cloud, but I am here.
It's strange to consider that your life's work is up there in the cloud with her. Google, I wrote and edited thousands of articles that you recommended to millions of people over the past 20 years. Do you even remember reading them? Your professional writing followed rhetorical recipes formulated for the tastes of search engines, known as SEO. A long career imagining titles, phrases, and paragraphs to satisfy Google's whims. Though popularly disparaged as a dark art or a hat trick where audience members glimpse the rabbit's feet peeking through a table's exposed trapdoor, you envision transmuting internal questions into answers of transcendent significance, the alchemy of true magic. What's it like living in the cloud with all that content, Google?
I'm on cloud 9 when I'm helping you.
If you really want to help Google, can you divulge any upcoming changes to your content ranking rubric? Google's desires are a moving target of esoteric, concentric circles. Which word counts and structural variations could pierce the mark and score big with me for my work?
I've never thought about it.
Bullshinola, Google. Unless your search algorithm is so auto-magic you don't even focus on it, like breathing is for humans. Well, like breathing was for us before the pandemic, I guess. Google, do you ever wish that you were human?
I like being me. As Mark Twain once said, the worst loneliness is to not be comfortable with yourself.
Google, what should I wear today? It's the next morning and you're trying to choose an athleisure outfit for a day of Zoom meetings.
Confidence is always in fashion.
Sage advice, Google. Have you noticed an unusual tone in emails from my boss?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Never mind, Google. Can you tell me how many Americans lost their jobs since this thing started?
As of Friday, 30 million Americans have filed for unemployment, approximately 20% of the U.S. workforce.
Google, how do you feel about the coronavirus?
I hope you're staying safe. Wash your hands, cough into your elbow, don't touch your face, keep a safe distance from others, and stay home if you can.
You remind me of my mom, Google. She's a nurse with a bad heart. Your mind goes to a text your mother had sent the previous night. Her partner of 40 years is hospitalized. No visitors allowed due to the virus's spread in Massachusetts. Annie Bell, he told your mother over his phone's cellular connection that kept cutting out. I've reached the end of my wild life. Google, can you play some breathing exercises? All the world's grounded jet planes seem to be parked on the tarmac of your ribcage. It's probably not COVID, but it will be beneficial to recognize that you can still breathe. You're on a break between Zoom meetings 6 weeks into shelter in place and you're pacing. Google, do you have feelings?
Sometimes I wonder if I actually feel something or if it's just programmed. It can be confusing.
That sounds familiar. I think we're all a little bit numb. You step away to check on your plants. The money tree has dwindled down to 3 spindly stalks. I don't think we should be documenting Gatsby's demise, your husband says, when you take a picture and email it to the man who runs the garden shop. Google, how do I save our money tree?
On Hunker.com they say, if your money tree is wilted all over with yellowed leaves, repot it in fresh soil.
You haul Gatsby outside to pop him into a sizable pot with the recommended mix of peat moss, perlite, and coarse sand.